Watering lawns? Watering lawns? Yeah, this could be the world's most boring video ever, but we're gonna try and have some fun. We're gonna do something a little bit different. I'm gonna teach you a few things. I'm gonna pull on my golf course background and teach you how to sort of preserve and save your yard during this drought and during these hot drought periods. So hold on one sec. Okay, so here's a funny clip. Waiting on a mystery shipment. The mystery shipment pulls up, and watch this. This is funny.
Oh, look what showed up. Oh, look what showed up. The truck is here. What is it carrying? What mystery does it have?
Happy day. What'd you just ask me, Byron?
I was asking, was it real? It looks like artificial, like a football field, like the.
And what'd you do? Reach down and touch it again.
It's real.
That's real grass, ain't it?
Take pride in your lawn, don't you?
Nah.
Man, I've never seen one. Maybe in Florida a couple times, but not up here in Georgia. What's that called? What kind of grass is it called?
Bermuda.
Bermuda? Hey, well, my wife didn't see that. Yeah, we're not going to get that. Even when I'm up high, it's not even up. Somebody really takes care of their yard.
So, he didn't know if my grass was real or not. I thought that was pretty funny. Anyways, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take you up in the air and let's go look at some of the lawns in our neighborhood. Every single lawn in my neighborhood is basically burned out, brown. And then I'm going to teach you how I'm saving my lawn during this drought. We're on what, week number 3 with absolutely no rain. Today it's going to be 96 degrees. Sun is just pounding down on my Bermuda. My Bermuda is real short. It's 3/4 of an inch to an inch long. So hold on. Okay, so let's take a little trip up in the air and I want you to look at these lawns. Almost every single lawn in my neighborhood is burning out. Either it's solid brown or has large brown patches, but it's just absolute toast. Every single house in this neighborhood, and there's quite a few, is basically burnout. Now, once we get to my lawn, you'll see the difference. My lawn, because I'm following this watering program, basically a golf course watering program with 2 or 3 phases to it, it's healthy. It's the only lawn in the neighborhood that's still green and lush. And it's the shortest lawn in the neighborhood as well, too. Whew, holy cow. So, just how hot is it anyways? Well, when I pull up my phone, the weather channel says right now it's 2:30 and it's 94 degrees. Okay, so let's verify that. And what I really want to show you is, what is your lawn feeling? That's what I want you to understand. What is my lawn feeling right now? So let me show you. All right, so I happen to have a little thermometer here. And in the shade, it's 95. But I also have a sun line out here. So let's push. And it says 111 degrees. What my lawn and Linda are feeling right now is, this has been sitting here for about an hour. It's just been sitting on my grass, this line, and it's 111.7. So 112 degrees is what your lawn is feeling right now when it's 94 degrees outside. That actually kind of accelerates as you go up. So for every 1 degree you go up in the general temperature, it really starts to go up on the lawn. Matter of fact, I'm watching it just went up another degree on that sun out there. It's brutal, man, brutal. Okay, first of all, yes, I am still applying super juice. Matter of fact, I'm about to shoot a video where what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my super juice in the summer formula, which I talked about, which is a 7-1-2 mix with a little bit of iron. And I'm going to come out here probably tomorrow in the heat of the day, about 2 p.m. And I'm going to spray this entire lawn with super juice. Plus, I'm putting a fair amount of water and we got a lot of heat and humidity, so I'm going to add a fungicide to my super juice mixture and I'm going to apply that so I don't have to worry about any brown patch or fungus issues. So I'm going to record that click the subscribe button and make sure so you don't miss that video. It's going to be called fertilizing 111 or 112 degree lawn. So it should be pretty good. Tying this into why I'm successful in maintaining a green lawn is pretty simple, because I understand that there's 3 phases of watering. There's a drench phase, there's a healing phase, and then there's we'll call it a spot watering phase. Anyone that has access to Google can find out that the average lawn wants 1 inch of water per week. 1 inch of water per week. Okay, well, number one, that's a lot of water. And what they want you to do is, rather than, a lot of people will tell you, rather than doing light waterings every day, is do 1 heavy watering per week. That's just not going to cut it. Also, if you want to put 1 inch of water on your lawn, the average sprinkler system will have to run close to an hour and a half on each head if you want to deliver 1 inch. And I'm going to show that here in a minute. I actually went out and measured my heads, and it takes close to an hour and 15 minutes to an hour and a half on every single station if I want to deliver 1 inch of water. So that's a lot of water. The one thing you have to take into account for today is the actual wind and how it affects, especially on if you have sprayers that are misting a lot. How is that going to impact my water delivery? It does impact some. You do get some blowaway on it, but it's not too bad today. So what I've done, and I'll show you here in a second, I've got a string of containers here, and I don't put the containers right next to my sprinkler head. You'll notice I actually put them in between the two so I can see what full coverage I'm getting, because I want to know what's happening. Okay, so sprinklers number 2 just kicked on. So that was right at 12 minutes. Stop. So you can see the amount of water. What's that? Not even, that's probably about 1/8 of an inch, because we got that stupid little bottom on here. Some of these are flat containers and some of them are not, but I mean, it's just over, oh gosh, it's just over 1/8 of an inch of water. So there's 8/8 in an inch, obviously. So I'd have to get 8 units. So 8 times 12 minutes. I'd have to run that station about an hour and a half to get a full inch of water on my lawn. So let's talk about the phases real quick. Before I talk about the phases, just think about this. Think about a putting green. A putting green is a sand-based soil. It's very narrow. It's very short grass. It gets, typically we water them in the morning and we water them at night, late at night. And we also come out during midday and we come out with a hose, or we run sprinkler systems once or twice a day during the heat of the day. We actually cool it, and that's a healing watering. So the 3 phases: drench. A drench watering, I try and do 1 drench watering per week on my lawn, and that's a long system run. So I'll run each station probably about 20 minutes, and then I'll have it go back at that same time and do it again another 20 minutes. So that's a 40-minute soak. Now I'm going to do that. If I'm in a drought period, I'm going to do that once a week. The next thing I do is I do my healing watering. What's a healing watering? I'll generally skip a day or 2 after the drench, and then I'll start healing watering. Healing watering is a very short run in the morning and in the heat of the afternoon. Now, legally, I can only water between 4 p.m. and 10 a.m. So I have my sprinkler system to turn on at 5 a.m. and do about 6 to 7 minutes on each station. And then at 4 p.m. the same thing happens. At 4 p.m. it comes on, and I do about 6 minutes per station at 4 p.m. And what that 4 p.m. does is it cools down the lawn after that hard day of beating sun, but it doesn't put a lot of moisture into the soil. It's a very narrow, it's a very shallow watering. Step 3 is the spot. Now I just put up a video about burnout spots. And what I'm going to do is I know I have areas with construction debris, I have areas that have roots, I just have areas that the sprinkler system doesn't get to a whole lot, and so I'll hand water those. And when I was young, before there was pavement, I'm trying to think when it was probably back, probably close to 1980. I was working on a golf course, and the old man used to have me go out and spot water certain spots on the course and certain greens, and I'd have to go out to hook up the hose, and it's like a big 1.5-inch fire hose, 1-inch fire hose, and I'd have to sit there and spot water certain areas. Well, I'm doing the same thing here. There are certain hot spots on your lawn that you're just going to have to get out and just put water to with a hose. So anyways, guys, remember, there's 3 phases of watering that I consider. One is a drench. That's your standard watering that everyone thinks about, which is your long, heavy watering to really get the water down into the root zone. That's what you're trying to do with a drench. A healing watering says, I'm going to take care of you. It's just like when you're drinking during the day, you could go and you could wake up in the morning, you could drink a gallon of water and then go out and work all day. But it works a lot better if you, every hour during the day, you actually drink some water every hour during the day. Same thing with the lawn. That's the healing watering. And then your spot watering. If you know you have spots that tend to burn out, you got to baby them. You got to baby those spots. I got one right in front of this fence that I got to go out, and just about every evening I got to go out and put a little bit of water on it. Just go out there with the hose and just sort of just mist it. Put a little bit of water on those spots. That's about it, guys. So make sure you subscribe. Super Juice is in stock. And look for that summer heat fertilizing video. And the next video I think I'm going to do is on lawn leveling. So I'll talk to you later. Doc.